The hospital stay, I ended up staying 6 days, I think. And I had a lot of trouble with nausea. And after I was in the room and stuff, I started to get pain. And that was intense. Like, but I did press my button, I didn't sit there and suffer. I wasn't trying to be a hero or anything. I just, pressed my button when I needed it. And I did have a catheter. And what happened in the surgery was the surgeon, I guess I had some adhesions from my previous gallbladder surgery. Like, I guess, what was it, the liver was trying to stick to the fat or something. But he cleared out a bunch of that. He took out my appendix, gave me a sleeve, rerouted intestines, took a liver biopsy. I think that was it. Sounds a lot complicated, but that took 6 hours. Sorry, I'm chewing some ice here. Don't worry about this. That's from a grape sugar-free pop. It's not like I can't breathe, It's just from a sugar-free pop. But anyways, yeah. And so the pain was under control. That first night, they gave you morphine. So I was sleeping a little bit, but I guess I was up talking to everybody. I guess telling everybody my life story or something. I wasn't up. I was just like, sitting up in bed, like, oh, and I kept saying, I gotta walk, but they're saying, no, you gotta rest. So I was like, I'm ready to go, but I guess that was the morphine. And anyways, but I did walk that night, and that was the first time I'd walked in a really long time, because before surgery, as I've said before, I was in a wheelchair, and so that was like a big milestone for me. Also, while I was in the hospital, I guess my potassium was low, so they had to give me a potassium in the IV because I was nauseous, so they couldn't give me the pill. And that crap hurt. It burned going in, and that was like worse than the surgery pain. But they slowed it down for me, and I think I had to have a couple bags of that. And I did not want to go through that again. Excuse me. And then I use my spirometer from time to time. It's hard because I wasn't awake for a lot of the usual time, but anyways. And then what else? Oh, they kept giving me the wrong food. The first night I was supposed to be on clear liquids, and I had this amazing tomato soup. But after that, I guess they said it had lactose in it, so I couldn't have it. And then another broth they kept trying to give me was this chicken broth, and that smelled so disgusting. I think one time I did vomit just smelling it. And it was just salty, majorly salty. And normally I'm a salt person, but this was just horrible. And what else did they give me I didn't like? They gave me this Ensure, and they made me drink orange juice. You're not supposed to do that with a DS because there's a lot of carbs and sugar, which irritates your new intestines. And I was in the bathroom that night, and most of that day. I take a bite of food, have to get up, go to the bathroom again. I think after the second day, they took the catheter out. And that didn't hurt as much, but I was on the morphine, I think, or something they had me on. And the pain pill they were going to give me, the Lortab, I guess it's called, I ended up throwing up, so they switched me to Percocet, because that really wasn't cutting it either. But yeah, and so I'm just they took this, I guess, sorry if this is TMI, but they took a stool sample too, because I guess they were worried because I was having the diarrhea. I had it 14 times that day. It was horrible. like wake you up in the middle of the night, have to go to the bathroom, horrible. But it finally went away, and then talking to my doctor, I think, well, maybe it might have been the Ensure, because I don't know if that was lactose free or something, but I get it, they told me to take one, because I needed the vitamins, so I could avoid the potassium IV, because that day I was crying, because I didn't want to do it, and I was just having a hard time, with everything, you know. I was kind of like, I just want to go home. That's why I eat normally. I don't want to be sick, because they brought me this tray of food and I couldn't eat anything from it. Like, everything was too sweet or just disgusting smelling and made me nauseous. And I was crying because I wanted to get in my nutrients. Because I wasn't physically hungry, but I knew I had to eat. And I was crying over that. It was stupid, but I was crying. And there was nobody there with me besides my husband, and I just wanted to go home. I missed my bird, everything. And I guess this lady came in thinking I was in pain, but I wasn't. I was just having a hard time. And I guess that's kind of the little bit of the buyer's remorse, because I knew some people had buyer's remorse, but I thought, oh, it's probably just from the pain. But no, the pain is pain, I dealt with that, but it's everything else that goes with it, like the nausea, the side of food is disgusting. When I go for the walks, just the cleaning lady stuff out there, like all the janitor type stuff, that would make me almost vomit. And then they have stacks of food there that they're giving everybody because it's mealtime. That would make me nauseous. Something on the TV would make me nauseous. My own deodorant made me nauseous. It was horrible. And then the bathroom stuff was horrible. And I had to have 2 upper GIs. That was horrible. The first one, I guess they had to transport me down there. They just take me in a wheelchair, but they have to have all these guys do it, or, well, they're girls, but all these like nurses do it. And then I had to stand up the whole time, and at that point I was not on the morphine. I was in so much pain. They made me stand up for like, I don't know how long. It was too long, and I was like keeled over, sweating my head off in pain. And then I guess they said I had esophageal spasms, and they were saying, oh, you failed the test, you might have a leak or obstruction, but the doctor looked at it and said, no, it's just spasms. And so they tried to give me this medication for that, or they were giving me Ativan for that, and then they tried to give me, because I kept having palpitations and high heart rate every now and then, and so they tried to, and at that time that I wasn't on any of my heart medications or anything, just what they were giving me, and so they gave me, I think it's nifedipine. I don't know, I guess that's supposed to be easier on the stomach than my beta blocker or my calcium channel blocker, but I ended up having, like, I guess allergic reaction or just a side effect from that, which made my heart spike even more, dizzy, shaking, like physically my legs were just like this when I was trying to sleep, and I think I got chills one night. And then finally I kept telling them, I'm having a reaction to this, and my full face and body would be beet red, which that happens when I take my other calcium channel blocker, and I was trying to tell them that. And then finally, I guess, they figured it out and had me stop it, and everything was better. So, that's pretty much the hospital. I was really happy I could get up and walk. I'm sorry this is so long, but there's just a lot that happened in the hospital. Probably forgetting something. Oh, the second upper GI. Because they were nervous about, I kept having palpitations or something. So they made me do a second upper GI, and they make you drink that lemon lime crap. And the first time, I guess, because I was on pain meds, it wasn't too bad because I'm pretty much stoned at that point. And then this time I was more, you know, with it and everything, and it tasted like crap. But the lady let me sit down. She was real nice, and everything looked good then. So it was kind of like a waste, but yeah. I mean, nothing could really prepare me for this. I kind of went in, you know, head first, basically. And it just happened so fast, and I wasn't really prepared, but and I do keep having, you know, crying fits, you know, just emotional. It's really emotional, you know, like nobody can prepare you for this until you experience it. I mean, it was nothing like I expected, you know. And one thing, it was horrible because you know, you're trying to get your rest in there, and every morning at around 5 a.m. there would be a lady that would come in for blood work. And this was the kind of entertaining part, but not entertaining really. It was just kind of like, oh man, you know, you're trying to sleep and someone's coming at you with needles. And this lady, I don't know what her deal was, but you know, you're laying there in pain, and she ties the tourniquet, whatever. But then she goes, whap, 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 whap. And it's like a living hell because, you know, you're laying in pain and here she is whacking your arm. Oh my god, and that happened like every day. I was in there at 5 a.m. And then I remember one time she couldn't get a vein or something. And so she had to rotate the bed, bumped into my IV, and that hurt. Excuse me. And she's like, oh, sorry. And then she's over here looking at this and cussing at it because she couldn't find a vein. Excuse me. And then she goes in my hand right next to my IV. Whap, whap, whap again. I don't know what the deal was. That was just horrible. You know, not the kind of wake up at 5 a.m. you want. And, you know, she comes in there, good morning. I'm thinking, it ain't no good morning if you're going to take my blood and whapping me with the arms. You know, at one point I was just tired of it, but, you know, all the pain you're in, you just kind of lay there limp because there's nothing you can do about it. Anyway, that was the entertaining part. I've got some nasty swelling on my stomach. I don't know if I could show this without flashing you guys. I already lifted up my shirt earlier to see something, and I guess I was by the window and flashed some poor guy outside. He keeps like looking up here, so I'm kind of creeped out now. I don't know if I want to go out there, but anyways, I don't know if you can see, but I've got, that's one hand, and that's the other. They had two IVs in my hand. They took blood from my arms. Oops, I don't know if you can see how bruised that is. I've got a pretty good bruise up on my arm back here from heparin shots, I guess. And oops, just one there. Just feel my legs and stomach as well. But let's see if I can show my incisions here. Still pretty sore. Now that's pretty too short for this. That's that. That one's pretty nasty looking. I had a drain. Oops, I had a drain, and that was there. That didn't really hurt taking out. My doctor was real nice about it. I don't know if you can see the sides. That's my drain, or not my drain, my incision. Sorry for the bad outfit. I'm just wearing what's comfortable.